काफी न्यूज में आ रहा है कि इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग वजह से कार्डियक अरेस्ट हो रहा है, इट्स नॉट गुड फॉर वुमेन विद हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस,
Yeah,
पीसीओएस,
yeah,
पीसीओडी. इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग का नाम खराब हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ दीज बैड प्रैक्टिसेस.
yeah.
Intermittent fasting, the actual way, the Ayurvedic way, begins at sunset, ends at sunrise. What's the best way to eat vegetables? You saute it, you steam it, boil it, or you add some spices, blanch it in hot water. You do something that involves a cooking process. Cooking jo hai na, it's the part of human evolution.
What is the best way to wash the vegetables then?
Number one, apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Okay? Apple cider vinegar is twice fermented, it's twice stronger than alcohol.
Oh.
So it has a sterilizing effect on everything. अगर आपके घर में mold है, तो don't wipe it. Just spray apple cider vinegar and the mold will die. After some time, come and wipe it off. But make sure to wear a mask because mold is extremely unhealthy for the lungs. Apple cider vinegar is so strong. I use it to sterilize everything in my clinic. The treatment beds, the treatment steam box, the treatment oils, the treatment products. हर चीज पे हम एप्पल साइडर विनेगर एंड वाटर डालते हैं. जब आप रात को इतना बड़ा डिनर कर लेते हो, 7 कोर्स, 8 कोर्स, 9 कोर्स मील, रात को 9 बजे खाया, 10 बजे खाया, and you're going to bed with all that undigested food in your stomach, it is rotting, putrefying, releasing gases over the night because there's no digestive juices. Your metabolic fire shut down. Next morning when you wake up, you have bad breath, you have bad smelly gases coming out of your body.
तो जो कहते हैं ना पेट में जिनके कीड़े हैं और दवाइयाँ लेते हैं
लौंग दे दो आप उनको.
for 7 days,
Yeah,
and they will see results.
they'll see results. अगर बच्चे को बुखार है, ठंडा पानी में
Okay.
नीलगिरी का तेल डाल के कपड़ा भिगो के उससे बच्चे का बॉडी वाइप करते हैं हम. उससे तुरंत उसका बुखार का सिम्टम उतरने लगता है.
This can be done with adults.
Yes, absolutely. For adults, you do steam inhalation in the morning with a few drops of eucalyptus oil and again at bedtime before going to sleep. You know, all of these toxic foods take several days to break down in our system, especially refined flour, maida. मैदा का कोई चीज में फाइबर नहीं होता है, तो वो पेट में जाके चिपक जाता है 7 दिन तक, 10 दिन तक. लिवर को उसको स्क्रेप करके बाहर निकालना पड़ता है. Our body doesn't have a scraping mechanism.
तो मम्मी सही थी इस बात पे.
इसीलिए गट खराब हो रहा है, स्किन खराब हो रहा है, और फिर आप तरह तरह के मेडिसिन और तरह तरह के प्रोडक्ट्स डाल रहे हो आप चेहरे पे.
Welcome to Namah Talks, Dimple ma'am, and we are really glad to have you here. It's a great opportunity for my audience and for me to have a conversation with you about wellness, nutrition, the foods that we should eat, we should not eat, health. Because this topic is one topic that will never ever go out of trend. इस टॉपिक का इवॉल्विंग नॉलेज है, हमेशा हर किसी को जानना है व्हाट्स राइट फॉर मी, व्हाट्स नॉट राइट फॉर मी, एंड यू आर द परफेक्ट एक्सपर्ट टू गाइड अस because we all love you. We all love how you teach us about all these things that are necessary for us, and you do not misguide us. So we're really thankful for that. And now thank you so much for coming to Namah Talks today.
My pleasure. I'm really glad to be here and to have a conversation with you. I love what you've created. So anything for you and your Gen Z audience.
Thank you so much. तो अगर हम आज की कॉन्वर्सेशन स्टार्ट करें तो सबसे बेसिक टॉपिक जिसके बारे में बहुत कंटेंट है, बट स्टिल आई फील a lot of people are misguided, which is about gut.
Yeah.
And you talk a lot about healing your gut. So my first question to you is, can you heal your gut in 3 days?
Possible. Nothing is impossible. I'd like to always start with hope and optimism. Anything is possible. So the idea is to turn on the healing process. Can I switch on the healing process in 3 days? Possible.
How do we do that?
We can go on a 3-day fast. Okay. You don't have to starve. You don't have to completely remove food from your diet. There are some people who do a 3-day water fasting where they drink water only between sunrise and sunset. It's boiled water and no water after sunset. So your body goes completely dry. You're giving your kidneys, your liver complete rest at night. During the day, your liver starts working really hard, detoxifying all the poisons and toxins and undigested food from your system. That's one way. 3-day water fasting. It completely shuts down your immune system and starts it fresh. So they say 3 days, 7 days water fasting, 8 days water fasting can completely reboot your immune system and train it to destroy cancer cells.
I did water fasting for 1 day.
Yeah.
And honestly, for the first 6 hours, yes, it was very difficult for me. But by the evening,
Yeah.
I felt my mind was getting so much clearer. आई डिड नॉट, मेरे को नहीं हंग्री फील हुआ कुछ टाइम के बाद, मुझे लगा था मुझे होगा बिकॉज आई ईट अ लॉट आई फील,
Yeah.
बट उस मोमेंट पे कुछ टाइम के बाद बॉडी अडेप्ट कर गई. सो आई डोंट थिंक इतना लोग डिफिकल्ट मानते हैं, उतना होता नहीं है, एंड यू फील सो मच लाइट आफ्टर दैट.
Why are you feeling light? क्यों light feel हो रहा है? Because your body has gone into a process of destroying its own cancer cells and unhealthy cells, right? It's called autophagy, wherein the healthy cells start eating the unhealthy cells as a source of nutrition and protein.
Okay.
And the unhealthy cells are getting destroyed. It's a form of cannibalism where your healthy cells are
Interesting.
eating your unhealthy cells. So when you go on fasting, the body knows you're not going to give it any form of nutrition in the form of pizza and bread and burgers or rice and pasta. Nothing is coming, right? So the body has made peace with that fact. The brain has already started signaling to the cells that there is no more nutrition coming for the day. All you're going to get is clean boiled water. And then the cells start turning onto the unhealthy cells and destroying them. That's
Wow.
one way, water fasting. Now, for someone who gets headaches, hunger pangs, not comfortable with water fasting, you start with fruit fasting. Eat fruits throughout the day and stop eating at 6 o'clock. Stop eating at sunset and give your body complete rest for 12 hours until the next morning. If you can even do 12 hours of intermittent fasting, and it always begins at sunset, ends at sunrise, even that will train your body to detoxify the poisons on a daily basis rather than getting accumulated. When the poisons leave your body, your mind becomes clear because there's no murk and dirt and unhealthy cells, unhealthy bacteria in your body. That's the trick to getting mental clarity. That's why sages and monks do fasting on important days to improve their mental clarity and their spiritual growth.
तो जो हमारे रिलीजन में भी कहा जाता है कि व्रत रखा जाता है, उसका भी लिंक आई थिंक यही साइंटिफिक है. बट आपने कहा इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग सिर्फ सनसेट से सनराइज तक. सम पीपल डू डिनर, अपना डिनर करते हैं बट ब्रेकफास्ट स्किप करके वो 14 आवर्स का गैप कर लेते हैं, तो क्या वो भी इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग है?
वो गलत टाइप का फास्टिंग है. दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग हैज बीन टेंटेड बैड. इफ यू सी, काफी न्यूज में आ रहा है कि इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग की वजह से कार्डियक अरेस्ट हो रहा है. इट्स नॉट गुड फॉर वुमेन विद हार्मोनल इम्बैलेंस,
Yeah,
पीसीओएस,
yeah.
पीसीओडी. इंटरमिटेंट फास्टिंग का नाम खराब हो गया बिकॉज ऑफ दीज bad practices.
Yeah.
Intermittent fasting, the actual way, the Ayurvedic way, begins at sunset, ends at sunrise. We are diurnal beings, यानी हमारा बॉडी जो है सूर्य के प्रकाश के साथ और चंद्रमा के प्रकाश के साथ synced है.
Okay.
So when the sun rises, our body's digestive fire, metabolic fire rises. We
Okay.
eat a small breakfast, a big lunch when the sun is at the peak, and a small dinner when the sun is setting, and no food after sunset. That is the authentic way of doing it. जब आप रात को इतना बड़ा डिनर कर लेते हो, 7 course, 8 course, 9 course meal, रात को 9 बजे खाया, 10 बजे खाया, and you're going to bed with all that undigested food in your stomach, it is rotting, putrefying, releasing gases over the night because there's no digestive juices. Your metabolic fire shut down. Next morning when you wake up, you have bad breath, you have bad smelly gases coming out of your body. Even your stools are sticky and smelly. You have constipation, incomplete evacuation or waste because the food is stuck here. And now you're fasting for 14 hours. The body is desperately trying to push all the undigested food into the intestine, where they're purging, rotting, putrefying, releasing more gases because they have not been digested. Hence, they're not ready for absorption and assimilation. उसका कोई nutrition, कोई पौष्टिकता आपको नहीं मिला है. वो बस सड़ा हुआ खाना पेट से intestine में जा चुका है. Okay? And you think you're doing your body a favor by skipping breakfast. It's even worse. Right?
What happens if we skip breakfast?
See, if you're someone who has a high metabolic fire, you do really well with a small breakfast. Okay? A small breakfast. We're not meant to have big breakfast because eating breakfast is not part of the Indian culture and any culture around the world. It's the cereal industry that brought, Kellogg's and cornflakes that created the breakfast culture. Breakfast was never part of any food culture around the world. We're meant to have only 2 meals a day. A big brunch at around 10 or 11 and a big dinner at around 6. Or say 4 or 5 if you like. 2 meals a day with 6 hours of gap is adequate. But if you're someone with a high metabolic fire,
That
it's good
means who digest easily?
Yeah, who
Okay.
digest easily, who lose weight easily.
Okay.
तो उनके लिए एक small breakfast बहुत अच्छा है. Small breakfast would be warm water with some ghee or lemon to first cleanse your system. Then 1 vegetable juice if you like. A bowl of fruits and nuts. आप इसी में पेट भर गया तो ठीक है. इसके बाद भी अगर आपको भूख लगे तो आप नहा धो के आ जाइए. फ्रूट्स के बाद 1 घंटा गैप हो जाएगा. फिर उसके बाद एक छोटा सा नाश्ता ले लीजिए which can be a porridge, दलिया.
Okay.
ब्रोकन व्हीट, मखाई, बाजरा, जवार, रागी, उसका दलिया बना दो, उसका चिल्ला बना दो या उसका इडली बना दो. These are the 3 ways of having a breakfast. A porridge, a crepe, which is a chilla or a dosa,
Okay.
or a steamed idli. We're not supposed to eat parathas and, all those heavy foods for breakfast, smoothies and smoothie bowls. We're not designed to eat all of that. We're designed to eat a warm, nourishing breakfast, but a small breakfast. And for lots of people, they do better by skipping breakfast and going straight to brunch at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
A big brunch. So they start their brunch with a big bowl of sauteed vegetables, not kacha sabji, sauteed vegetables.
अच्छा, ऐसा क्यों?
See, this is very interesting. In China, they say they don't fall sick because they don't eat anything raw. Reason being, plants are food not just for us. They're also nourishment for all the bacteria and the microorganisms that live in the air, right?
Correct.
E. coli bacteria, different kinds of worms, tapeworms, eggs. All of them are deposited on the surface of the plant because uska surface thoda rough bhi hai. So it's a perfect place for them to hatch their eggs. Number one. Number two, it's a source of nutrition for the caterpillars, the centipedes, the tapeworms, tapeworm eggs, and all kinds of complex bacteria. When you eat raw salads, washing does not wash away these bacteria and their eggs and the larva. It gets ingested in your system. And then they create havoc inside your body and you have more diseases.
It leads to diseases.
What's the best way to eat vegetables? You saute it, you steam it, boil it, or you add some spices, blanch it in hot water. You do something that involves a cooking process. Cooking, jo hai na, it's the part of human evolution. We learned how to make fire. We discovered fire. We learned how to cook our foods. When we started growing and cooking our own foods, the stress on our gut came down. We stopped hunting and gathering. We became agriculturists.
Yeah.
We stayed in one place, grew our own crops. We're the only animal in this, in this natural ecosystem that cooks and makes its own food. No other animal, bird can do that, right? They don't cook their food. They don't grow their food. We can. So when we started learning how to grow our food, we also learned that cooking it aids the digestion process. The gut has to work less harder to absorb the nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. And thus, the gut is now available for mental faculties like intuition, emotional health, mental health. All that comes from the gut. If you give the gut too much work, the gut is not available for this. It's called the second brain for a reason. Right? So
but
that's
what
why
about
we
salad then? Because a lot of people eat raw salad, cutting carrots, cucumber, lettuce, and then eat it, and it's considered very good as a fiber nutrient. तो उसका क्या फिर लेना देना
So
इससे?
why do we eat salad? Because it has insoluble fiber.
Fiber.
It gives a nice mesh-like basket around the
Yeah.
stomach. It prevents the sugar spikes because the food that you're eating later, which could be wheat roti or rice, it
Glucose
causes a
spike.
glucose spike. So the salad prevents the glucose spike, number one.
ठीक है.
Number two, the insoluble fiber adds volume to the poop, to the stools that comes out of your body. So the poisons in your body might be in small quantities, right? It cannot come out on its own. The insoluble fiber wraps around the poison and brings it out of the body. It's like a mesh, a sponge that goes through your body, cleans up your system from inside and comes out. It's insoluble, which means our body can't break it down.
Break it down.
So how can I get my insoluble fiber? I can get it from fruits. I can get it from vegetables. I can get it from even whole grains that have a lot of fiber like millets, right? But if I cook them, I'm getting rid of the unhealthy bacteria and the parasites.
Yeah.
It's anyways insoluble fiber. So cooking is not going to break it down.
Okay.
I'm getting rid of the unhealthy bacteria, the parasites, the tapeworm eggs, the larva. I'm getting the insoluble fiber without the diseases.
So it's better to cook your salad.
Absolutely. Now, another thing that I would say, make an exception for certain vegetables. For example, carrot. You can peel it, the outer layer, and you can chew really well. It's a great exercise for your gums, for your teeth, especially for toddlers who are teething. They want to chew on something hard. We give them a cold carrot stick because it helps in relaxing their gums. Cucumber, we can, remove the poison from either ends of the cucumber.
Yeah.
Have you seen your mother
Does that
do it?
happen?
Yes.
Oh.
The poisons are basically the defense mechanism of the plant. The plant doesn't want to be eaten.
Okay.
So the plant is releasing phytochemicals and toxins.
तो वो
So-
एंड में रगड़ने से जो bitterness निकल जाती है, it's actually poison.
Yeah, it's a toxin.
Okay.
The plant is creating a phytochemical because it doesn't want to be eaten. It wants to kill the herbivore that's eating it. So what do our mothers do? They peel the other side of the cucumber and then they keep
Rub it.
scrubbing it, which gives a sense of growth or germination to the plant. The plant thinks it's getting germinated. And when you scrub, the poison comes out. Then you wash it, you peel the cucumber, and then you add some salt and some cumin powder. फिर आप उसको खाते हो तो आप उसको बदहज़मी नहीं होता है। कुछ लोगों को क्यूकम्बर से बर्प्स एंड इंडाइजेशन होता है, आपने सुना होगा। लॉट ऑफ पीपल कंप्लेन कि मुझे ककड़ी सूट नहीं करता है, मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा बर्प्स होते हैं, बहुत ज़्यादा इंडाइजेशन होता है। एक तो आपने उसका पॉइज़न नहीं निकाला है,
ओके।
दूसरा आपने उसके ऊपर कोई डाइजेस्टिव कार्बोनेटेड स्पाइसेस नहीं डाला है, जैसे जीरा है, नमक है। नमक डालने से क्या होता है, उसका पानी छूटने लगता है।
तो हमें अपने सैलेड्स में नमक डालना चाहिए।
You should. It aids the digestion process. What does namak do? It's called lavan in Ayurveda. नमक जो है ना, आपके मुंह में सलाइवा क्रिएट करता है, करेक्ट?
करेक्ट।
जब आप नमकीन चीजें खाते हो तो और प्यास लगती है और सलाइवा क्रिएट होता है मुंह में, स्टमक में भी जाके वो और डाइजेस्टिव जूसेस प्रोड्यूस करता है एंड इट होल्ड्स मॉइस्चर. 1 gram of salt holds 10 grams of water. So if you're dehydrated, if you're having any kind of dryness and roughness between your joints, on your skin, on your hair, you must definitely put a pinch of salt in your water, in your food, on your salad, and then have it. It'll hold the moisture and rehydrate you.
इसीलिए नींबू पानी पीते हैं गर्मियों में।
इसीलिए जब डिहाइड्रेशन होता है, चक्कर आता है,
एंड
नींबू
द
पानी पीते हैं.
इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स एंड एवरीथिंग जो होते हैं वो उसमें एड
Sugar
करते
and
हैं।
salt, right? But the problem is we're overdoing the salt from processed foods, packaged foods, which is unhealthy, right?
Okay.
What is good salt? Your sea salt is great.
Okay.
Your iodized salt is great, which we invented in India, because we wanted to fight thyroid in India. Your pink salt, rock salt, Himalayan salt is a great addition to your salads. On the fasting day, it helps you release water retention. नमक ज़्यादा खा लिया आपने कुछ दिनों, say on the weekends बहुत ज़्यादा junk food खा लिया जिसमें नमक ज़्यादा है, तो बॉडी क्या करता है, वो फूलने लगता है, वाटर रिटेंशन होने लगता है बॉडी में बिकॉज ऑफ द सॉल्ट. तो मंडे को हम फ्रूट फास्टिंग करते हैं, शिव जी का फास्टिंग. क्या होता है उस दिन इतनी मेंटल क्लैरिटी क्यों मिलती है? क्योंकि मंडे को हमने सिर्फ फ्रूट्स खाया. Only insoluble fiber, lots of vitamins, nutrients, and minerals from the fruits that are easy to digest, absorb, and assimilate. And all the toxins and poisons are now moving out of the system very fast. The salt and the water retention is coming out. The edema, the swelling, heaviness in the calf muscle, in the thighs. A lot of senior citizens have it. It starts coming out, and the body is cleansing. And fruits is a great way of introducing prebiotics in your gut.
Okay.
Fruits में good bacteria होते हैं.
Yeah.
Right? You peel the apple, peel the orange, you eat the inside wala fruit. What does it do? It introduces good bacteria in your gut.
एप्पल को कहा जाता है पील करके नहीं खाना चाहिए, उसकी स्किन भी खानी चाहिए।
आजकल भरोसा नहीं है because the way the apples are being sold in the market,
पेस्टिसाइड्स एंड ऑल होंगे।
lot of pesticides, insecticides, and they're polished on the outside to give it a shelf life, to make it look yummy, healthy, shiny.
So it's better to peel it.
It's always better to peel it.
I think it's better to peel all the veggies and fruits
Where
now.
applicable. Where applicable, everywhere. See, there are some vegetables where we cannot escape it. Say, for example, cilantro, coriander leaves, curry leaves, celery,
Yeah.
moringa. यहाँ पे हम escape नहीं कर सकते. We can't peel because it's a leaf. Spinach,
So
kale.
how is the best way to wash the vegetables then?
Number one, apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Okay? Apple cider vinegar is twice fermented. It's twice stronger than alcohol. So it has a sterilizing effect on everything. अगर आपके घर में mold है, तो don't wipe it. Just spray apple cider vinegar and the mold will die. After some time, come and wipe it off. But make sure to wear a mask because mold is extremely unhealthy for the lungs. Apple cider vinegar is so strong. I use it to sterilize everything in my clinic. The treatment beds, the treatment steam box, the treatment oils, the treatment products. हर चीज पे हम apple cider vinegar and water डालते हैं. It's a very powerful way of sanitizing the clinic.
And we did not know about it till now.
And unfortunately, now people are doing the other way around. They're consuming apple cider vinegar to lose weight.
Exactly.
But you're also killing the good bacteria, no, in your gut because of the apple cider vinegar. आपका जो mucus lining है gut में, वो भी wash out हो रहा है apple cider vinegar की वजह से. It has an over cleansing effect, ना?
So you should not consume it?
I'm not a big fan of it, but if you're someone who's extremely obese with a very, very low metabolic rate, you need something to kickstart and jumpstart your system like a shock therapy, then you do apple cider vinegar. But remember, it's a shock therapy.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So instead of apple cider vinegar, what is better to consume? Lemon. Use apple cider vinegar to wash your vegetables. तो आप एक टब में पानी डाल दो, गर्म पानी, apple cider vinegar, baking soda डाल दो, soak all your vegetables in it for 20-30 minutes before your helper comes, bai comes, domestic worker, whoever it is who's helping you in the kitchen, mom, dad, brother, sister, whoever's cooking. Just soak it for 30 minutes, go do your puja part, meditation, gratitude, manifestation, come back. Your vegetables are clean. Then use it for cooking. That's one way. Second, wash करने के बावजूद कुछ vegetables are not easy for digestion. For example, spinach and kale. उसमें oxalates बहुत होते हैं. Oxalates are not easy for our body to break down.
Okay.
तो modern science says, and Ayurveda said it for many years, ऐसे leafy greens को आप गर्म पानी में डाल के उबालिए, उसको बोलते हैं हम ब्लांचिंग.
Yeah.
जब आप पालक को उबालते हो, डार्क ग्रीन होके सुकुड़ के एकदम छोटा सा
Correct.
लंप बन जाता है.
Correct.
फिर आप उसको मिक्सी में डाल के उसका पेस्ट बनाते हो. फिर आप उसका पालक पनीर, पालक भुट्टा की सब्जी वगैरह बनाते हो. वो ज्यादा इजी है डाइजेशन के लिए. वर्सेस ईटिंग अ रॉ स्पिनच
Spinach
सैलेड.
salad.
एक तो उसका जो बैक्टीरिया है, टेपवर्म एग्स है, लावा है, इन्फेक्शंस है, सो मेनी पीपल हैव टच्ड इट, वो सब इन्फेक्शंस आपके पेट में जा रहा है. दूसरा है उसका ऑक्सलेट्स है, उसकी वजह से पिंपल्स एक्ने होने लगते हैं बिकॉज ये वेरी शार्प स्ट्रक्चर्स. तीसरा, ऑक्सलेट बाइंड्स विद द कैल्शियम इन योर बॉडी एंड क्रिएट्स किडनी स्टोन्स. सो 3 गुना आपका नुकसान हुआ है यहाँ पे.
Yeah.
वर्सेस जो दादी माँ और नानी माँ का नुस्खा था, पालक को अच्छे से धोया गर्म पानी में, एप्पल साइडर विनेगर बेकिंग सोडा डाल के, फिर गर्म पानी में उसको उबाला, फिर मिक्सी मारा, फिर तड़का दिया, लहसुन डाला, प्याज डाला, टमाटर डाला, देन यू पुट ऑल द स्पाइसेस, जीरा, सौंफ, धनिया का पाउडर, दालचीनी, देन बे लीफ, तेज पत्ता बोलते हैं.
Yeah.
इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर फंगल इन्फेक्शंस.
For your body.
Yeah, star anise, very good for killing all kinds of infections. Clove kills all the parasites in your gut. लौंग, एक लौंग अगर आप खा लोगे ना रोज 7 दिन के लिए, अंदर के जितने पैरासाइट्स एंड टेपवर्म एग्स है, इट विल गेट डिस्ट्रॉयड.
तो जो कहते हैं ना पेट में जिनके कीड़े और दवाइयाँ लेते हैं
लौंग दे दो आप उनको.
for 7 days.
Yeah.
And they will see results.
They'll see results.
Wow.
So you know what happened? There's a renovation work going on in my clinic, in my mom's house, my uncle's house, everywhere. You know, they're painting. And I'm hugely allergic to the paint smell. Okay? तो गले में बैठने लगा. And I had also eaten something. As soon as I ate it, I felt something was wrong. एक cold salad खा लिया था मैंने. Like दोबारा गरम किए बगैर. I broke my own rule. Immediately my throat started constricting. I started restricting. I started becoming tight. I knew trouble is coming. Within one night, the throat infection became so bad, I couldn't swallow and I could feel the pain in my ears. The throat infection felt like it had spread all the way here. Every time I swallowed, I could feel the pain. Now, I had 2 options. Go to the allopathy doctor, take antibiotics. 3 दिन, 5 दिन. Now, antibiotics का side effect है, it's going to kill all my good bacteria and my bad bacteria. It's like, you know, जंगल में आग लग गई. आग बुझाने के बजाय आपने पूरे जंगल को काट दिया.
That's what
That's what
antibiotics do.
antibiotics do. So I said, okay, there are 2 choices. Either I take an antibiotic, or B, I trust myself and do the right thing at the right time instead of experimenting. I knew clove works. I took a packet of clove. I told my therapist, keep a packet of cloves on my table. I took 1 clove, put it in my mouth, kept chewing. It's got a very sharp, pungent taste. तीखा
Yeah,
taste है
yeah.
उसका. Kids cannot eat it.
थोड़ा कड़वा.
हाँ, but it's got a very sharp, pungent taste, and I could feel it opening my throat immediately. फिर दूसरा खाया, फिर तीसरा खाया. एक दिन के अंदर मैंने 4 खाया. लौंग. बहुत तेज है वो. बहुत तेज है. अग्नि बढ़ती है पेट में. ओके, कुछ लोगों को जलन होने लगती है. अग्नि पेट में बढ़ने लगा. यहाँ पे वो गरम जो है क्लोव, it started killing my bacteria here. दोनों तरफ से it started attacking the bacteria, and whatever mucus was being formed,
Yeah.
it's the body's defense mechanism. The body creates mucus around the bacteria to capture it. Don't swallow the mucus. Spit it out, blow your nose, gargle your throat. Okay. Now, the bacteria has a biofilm on top of it. The bacteria has a protective defense mechanism so that the mucus cannot catch it. When you eat a clove, उसका जो biofilm है ना, वो टूटने लगता है. Bacteria ka. Now the bacteria is defenseless. The mucus traps it, and then you spit it out, cough it out, blow your nose, gargle your throat. The mucus is constantly bringing the bacteria out. And the Agni is working, and the clove is working. And in 24 hours, my throat infection was gone 98%. 98% my throat infection was gone. No antibiotics, no medication. And I felt as good as clean.
I think this is very important for Delhi people right now. मतलब मैं ये point out करना इसलिए चाह रही हूँ. I am from Delhi and we face a lot of throat issues. हमें हर दिन कुछ दिन में कफ कोल्ड होता ही रहता है.
Correct.
It's very common and मैंने बहुत एक्सपीरियंस किया अपनी लाइफ में. बट हम यूजुअली कफ सिरप ले ली, बहुत ज़्यादा हुआ तो एंटीबायोटिक ले ली, अजिथ्रोमाइसिन एंड ऑल, वी ऑल टेक इट. बट आई थिंक व्हेन यू टोल्ड मी कि क्लोव दिन में 4 बार लेने से एक ही दिन में अगर आपने 98% हील कर दिया, आई मीन What's the harm?
What's the harm in trying?
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, I felt the difference within 1 hour of taking the clove. My throat was
Oh,
constricting. It was like,
I'll
closing.
try that.
It started opening up. Another thing I will tell you, because you live in Delhi, people call it the gas chamber, unfortunately,
Pollution.
because pollution itna zyada hai. My sister and nephew moved out of Delhi because they couldn't tolerate the pollution. It was so bad for his
Yeah.
health, right? So health is first. Now, if you're not able to move out of Delhi, not everybody has that luxury and convenience. What you can do, you start your day with steam inhalation with a few drops of eucalyptus oil. उसको हम नीलगिरी का तेल बोलते हैं.
ठीक है.
नीलगिरी के जो पत्ते होते हैं, it is so powerful. It is antiseptic, antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. नीलगिरी का तेल सूंघने से सर्दी खांसी ठीक होने लगता है. All the bacteria in the nose, throat, sinus region starts getting destroyed, and it reduces fever symptoms immediately. अगर बच्चे को बुखार है, ठंडा पानी में
Okay.
नीलगिरी का तेल डाल के कपड़ा भिगो के उससे बच्चे का बॉडी वाइप करते हैं हम. उससे तुरंत उसका बुखार का सिम्टम उतरने लगता है.
This can be done with adults?
Yes, absolutely. For adults, you do steam inhalation in the morning with a few drops of eucalyptus oil, and again at bedtime before going to sleep.
Every day.
Every day. And पूरा दिन में एक लौंग मुंह में डाल दो. पान खाते थे हम लोग उस जमाने में. It had so many health benefits. पान में चूनाम था, it had calcium, उसमें लौंग था जिससे गला साफ होता था. The dirty part is people spitting.
Yeah.
That was a disgusting part, right? But if I can remove the pan, if I can still make a gulkand out of it, the rose petal, the long, the cardamom,
It's a good mouth
the
freshener as
chunam,
well.
I can take 1 teaspoon of this, put it in my mouth. The rose petal cools my body down, reduces pitta imbalance during summer. The chunam has calcium, which is great for my bones. Then I have the long, which is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, anti-parasital. It cleanses infection out of my system. The cardamom again stimulates my agni. It's great for my throat. It's great for my bad breath. If you
Okay.
have bad breath, see the multiple health benefits in it.
And I think ये सारी चीजें हमारे दादा दादी नाना नानी के जमाने में थी, हमने निग्लेक्ट करना चालू
Yeah.
कर दिया क्योंकि we got westernized, हमें वो ज्यादा attractive लगा. You just said a
We
term,
got colonized.
colonized, and we are still living with that mindset. I think we
Yes.
have not moved past.
Unfortunately.
मेरे को एक और आपने वर्ड बोला एंटी इन्फ्लेमेटरी, तो इन्फ्लेमेशन वर्ड इतना ज़्यादा हवा में है अभी, तो मैं जानना चाहूँगी बिकॉज़ इवन आई डोंट नो इट क्लियरली एंड हाफ ऑफ द पीपल डोंट नो व्हाट इज़ इन्फ्लेमेशन, क्या इसके साइन्स है, क्या सिम्पटम्स हैं?
Okay, now when the body has any foreign body that has entered, okay, some kind of toxin, some kind of poison, some kind of parasites, unhealthy bacteria, what the body does as a defense mechanism, it increases inflammation around that organ to protect it.
ओके,
It's like a buffer.
तो ऑर्गन फूल जाता है या फिर आसपास कुछ आ जाता है?
आसपास के टिश्यूज फूल जाते हैं
टिश्यूज फूल
around that
जाते हैं,
organ.
ओके,
क्यों? Have you seen a rugby player, soccer player?
या
You know,
पैडेड प्रॉपर,
they pad it
या
to protect their joints. So the body's defense mechanism is to create inflammation around that organ to protect it.
ओके,
But we have not changed our diet and lifestyle. वो inflammation जारी रहता है, जारी रहता है, जारी रहता है, फिर वो बड़ी बीमारी बन जाती है. Inflammation is your body's defense mechanism
ओके.
to protect you. But it's also a sign that something wrong has happened or entered your body. You need to change and correct yourself immediately.
What are the signs of inflammation? How do I know कि मेरी body में inflammation हो रही है अभी?
Okay, inflammation is physically visible as well. Some people have swelling around their face.
Okay.
Some people have dark circles, puffiness. That's a sign of inflammation in the liver. The liver has not been able to detoxify the toxins, and the body has started inflaming. You'll notice, people with a swollen knee, senior citizens, inflammation बढ़ गया वहाँ पे.
Okay.
Okay, some simple remedy works for them. Ginger grate किया आपने, या garlic grate किया, उसको आपने swollen knee के around डाला, कपड़ा बांध दिया, and take it off after 4 hours, आपका सूजन निकल जाता है. Because ginger and garlic is anti-inflammatory.
Oh.
आपने उसको पीस के पाउंड करके मोर्टार एंड पेस्टल में, मतलब वो मोर्टार एंड पेस्टल होता है जिसमें हम ऐसे पीसते
कूटने
मसालों
के
को
लिए.
कूटने के लिए, आप उसमें कूट के उसका पेस्ट बना के आप घुटनों पे डालिए. आई एम नॉट किडिंग यू, इन 4 hours the swelling will come down.
But what about internal swelling then? How
Internal
do we
swelling,
know?
फिर हमें खाना पड़ेगा. जिंजर टी ले लो आप सुबह खाली पेट. Grated ginger, boiled in water, add some lemon, add a clove. Ginger, clove and नींबू
ठीक है.
गर्म पानी में डाल के आप रोज सुबह खाली पेट ले लो. In 14 days, see your before and after photo of the face and of your side profile, belly. Inflammation starts going down.
Okay,
Okay.
तो belly जिनका फूल रहा है वो भी inflammation है?
Inflammation of the liver, Liver is the main reason for protruding belly. Okay, number one, your liver is not getting rest. It's constantly digesting and breaking down complex foods. So usko koi rest nahi mil raha hai. So the liver is the largest detoxifying organ. Only if you give it rest can it detoxify the body. But unfortunately, the liver is digesting all kinds of complex foods on a daily basis. जो चीज हम महीने में एक बार खाते थे, अब तो रोज खा रहे हैं. नान रोटी, कुलचा, पनीर बटर मसाला, सैंडविच, bread, burger. All of these toxic foods take several days to break down in our system, especially refined flour, मैदा. मैदा का कोई चीज में फाइबर नहीं होता है, तो वो पेट में जाके चिपक जाता है 7 दिन तक, 10 दिन तक. लिवर को उसको स्क्रेप करके बाहर निकालना पड़ता है. Our body doesn't have a scraping mechanism.
तो मम्मी सही थी इस बात पे.
इसीलिए गट खराब हो रहा है, स्किन खराब हो रहा है, और फिर आप तरह तरह के मेडिसिन और तरह तरह के प्रोडक्ट्स डाल रहे हो आप चेहरे पे. आपको लगता है बाहर से त्वचा साफ होगी, त्वचा अंदर से साफ होती है. If your liver is functioning, you will never get sick. So there's a trick that women and men can do. You can apply castor oil on your stomach, on your
Okay.
abdomen, on your belly region, inside your navel button. It's called Nabi Purana. It's a great way of stimulating all the nerve endings. आपके नाभि में 70,000 nerves है, which is connected to the entire body. तो आप उसको अच्छे से massage कर रहे हो. The full stomach you're massaging. Use your fingers and massage downwards, and you wear a belt at night. कपड़े का बेल्ट बना लो या किसी और चीज का castor oil belt आता है. It keeps this part of the body warm and allows the castor oil to go deep within your skin into the liver
Into the tissue.
and stimulate detoxification.
And castor oil is the magic.
Oh, it's a magic. जब चोट लगती है हम कैसे मसाज करते हैं,
हाँ,
तुरंत दर्द
हाँ.
चला जाता है.
Yeah.
गिर गए आप, तुरंत you massage, right? Is it some kind of a voodoo magic, or is it some kind of a myth that we are practicing? No, it's a natural defense mechanism. गिर गए तो तुरंत हम ऐसे हाथ रख के we start massaging, and दर्द चला जाता है ना.
Definitely.
The same with the liver and the organs. You can't massage them from inside. You can massage them from outside by stimulating the action, the downward movement. You're reminding the liver, the gallbladder, the pancreas, the intestines, the colon to move the waste down. And you're moving it round and round because the intestines is like, 22 feet long, small intestine, 7 feet long, large intestine. So together it's about 28, 29 feet, right? तो आप उसको circular motion में भी अच्छे से massage
ठीक
करो.
है,
So you're
ठीक.
moving all the waste downwards. It's called peristalsis, downward moving wind principle. The
What do you mean by that?
peristalsis is basically an energy that moves in our body downwards. It takes the food from the mouth to the stomach,
That's
from
what
the stomach
happens. Yeah.
to the intestines, to the colon. So gravity is one. There is also peristalsis inside our body. In Ayurveda, we see there are 5 kinds of wind principles inside our body. One is outward, sweating. One is inward, you're eating, you're nourishing, you're breathing in. One is circulatory, आपका blood circulate हो रहा है. One is upward, the diaphragm moving upward and pushing your lungs, forcing it to contract. One is downward, the stomach, the intestines, the colon, the uterus, pushing the waste out. There are 5 kinds of subtle energies. The downward moving wind principle is called Apanavata. It's a very powerful energy. अगर ये block हो जाता है ना, constipation, delayed period cycle, tummy aches and cramps, protruding belly, ये सारी चीजें होने लगती है. So simple massage with castor oil reminds your body what it needs to do.
Simplest of the things can change your life. But you
Absolutely.
just mentioned a very interesting thing, that PCOD or PCOS
Yeah.
is linked to liver.
Yeah.
This is the first time that I'm hearing about it. कि liver से link हो रहा है हमारा PCOS, because we've heard it's about uterus.
So, the liver metabolizes hormones that the body produces, correct? Now, the uterus is producing hormones during the first 14 days, estrogen.
Yeah.
It prepares the body for pregnancy. फिर ovulation में wait करता है वो, the body doesn't get pregnant. Then the body starts producing progesterone, which increases the body heat. And during the period cycle, all the blood is scraped out of the uterus, and the undigested, unutilized hormones is also scraped out of the uterus. The body is producing estrogen and progesterone and some amount of testosterone. वो produce होने के बाद कहाँ जाता है? जितना use हुआ, जितना digest हुआ, जितना use नहीं हुआ, दोनों कहाँ जाते हैं? It has to come out of your system.
Okay.
Just like how the food you eat comes out of your system in the form of waste and toxins.
How does it come out then?
So the liver metabolizes these undigested and digested hormones and pushes it towards the colon for evacuation.
Basically transform करके waste बना देते हैं.
So your liver is metabolizing the hormones. Your gallbladder stores the bile that the liver has produced.
Okay.
What the body does, it sends all the undigested, digested hormones to the liver for metabolization. The liver sends it out through the bile stored in the gallbladder out into the large intestine and colon for evacuation. If that bile is not available in the gallbladder, if the hormone is not metabolized by the liver, it starts getting built up in your system. The built-up of estrogen leads to fibroids, tumors, and cysts. The build-up of testosterone can also lead to PCOS, PCOD, infertility. The build-up of undigested hormones becomes a thick layer around the uterus, becoming endometrial thickness.
Okay, just a second, because you just mentioned that gallbladder is involved in the PCOS, PCOD, fibroid, cyst, and everything that women usually experience if we talk about reproductive health, and
Yeah.
it's very common right now.
Yeah.
PCOS, PCOD, and all the reproductive diseases that we are experiencing right now. जिसकी वजह से we gain weight and acne. But you mentioned that gallbladder is linked to PCOS. Now,
Liver, gallbladder, and
a
pancreas.
lot of women don't have gallbladder. They got it removed because of a stone. मतलब I have heard every second, third, fourth women उनका operation हो
Yeah.
रखा है gallbladder हटाने का. My mother doesn't have it as well.
Oh,
तो
lots of
gallbladder
people.
नहीं है, तो that means they might increase the chances of PCOS, PCOD, fibroid, cyst.
They increase the risk of multiple diseases. The liver metabolizes toxins and evacuates it. What the liver wants from you is insoluble fiber to take the toxins out. Salad, raw fruits, well-cooked vegetables, right? It needs a
Okay.
lot of insoluble fiber. The liver is only asking for that. The liver produces bile and stores it in the gallbladder.
Exactly.
The gallbladder holds the bile. It's a thick liquid. And it squeezes the bile when we consume fat to break down fat.
ठीक है.
When we are not eating fat, the bile is stored in the gallbladder and it
Gallbladder.
waits there. Now the gallbladder is not there. The
Not
gallbladder
there.
is a storage tank. Now the liver is producing bile. It doesn't know where to go. It goes straight to the small intestine when you've not eaten any fat. Now the gallbladder is missing. The bile is a hot, sticky liquid. It goes into the small intestine. It starts causing diarrhea symptoms. You start going to the bathroom, even though you may not have the urge to evacuate any waste.
This
Okay?
happens to all the people who don't have gallbladder.
Usually they have either constipation or diarrhea frequently, or they start having belly fat quite
Belly
easily.
fat.
Because the bile is not available to break down the fat, the bile is not available to take the hormones out of your system. So they're all getting built up here. And this small intestine, large intestine, liver has to work harder because there's one member that's missing
Yeah.
from work. Now the pancreas is also around. The pancreas is for your insulin. It creates insulin. Now the pancreas is getting tired. The liver is getting tired because the gallbladder is missing. They're working harder. An overworked liver and an overworked pancreas may not be able to work to its optimum capacity. The liver is getting fatty. Grade 1 fatty liver has become very common. One out of
Exactly.
7 people in the world have grade 1 fatty liver. We're not having enough fiber in our diet. The gallbladder is missing, and the pancreas is now creating insulin resistance. In a sense, it's creating insulin, but the body is not able to utilize it on time. That insulin resistance also leads to PCOS and PCOD. So all your organs here, which contribute to the digestion process, also contribute to your uterus health.
Oh my God.
Your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas, your small, large intestine, your colon, all of them are contributing to your uterus health and to your brain health and to your eye health and to your ear health and to your overall skin health.
Nobody knew that.
Everything.
Nobody told us that.
See, gallbladder and appendix, unfortunately, is the most abused organs in our body because they discovered how to remove the appendix. They decided the appendix has no use because they discovered how to remove the gallbladder. They decided the gallbladder has no use. There are extreme cases of severe infections where you have to save a person and you remove the gallbladder and appendix. But unfortunately, it's being prescribed to people left, right, center. We as a generation are over-medicated, over-operated. Surgeries have become like, some kind of a luxury product that you buy.
It's a business.
Unfortunately, it's no more a life-saving mechanism. It's something that's been prescribed to people left, right, center, irrespective of whether they need it or not. What is the role of the appendix? The appendix is your cold storage for different kinds of bacteria. So when you have an antibiotic, the good and bad bacteria gets destroyed. How does the body reproduce bacteria again? The appendix has one or a few varieties of each bacteria stored as a cold storage. You have the storage of seeds somewhere in North Europe, right? Where the seeds are being stored in the ice, right? There's an ice storage. Similarly, your appendix is a storage for bacteria, different kinds of strains of bacteria.
तो मतलब अपेंडिक्स फालतू का ऑर्गन नहीं है that people have been saying.
It's the
It's
tail end
very
of your digestive
important.
system for a reason. So you know what it does when you've had antibiotics, when you've fallen sick, आपका good bad bacteria destroy हो गया. The appendix squeezes a little bit of the bacteria strains into the small large intestine, and they start repopulating once again. It's your seed storage, your appendix. Like how we have a seed storage
Hmm.
in the snow, we have one so that, if there's an apocalypse, there's a World War III, the world
So-
gets destroyed, at least we have a seed varieties. Your appendix is your World War situation.
Survival mechanism. मतलब हमारी
Exactly.
बॉडी में कोई भी बैक्टीरिया मिसिंग हो तो द बॉडी कैन जस्ट फेच इट फ्रॉम द अपेंडिक्स एंड मेक इट अगेन.
Exactly.
एंड क्योंकि आई डिड अ पॉडकास्ट अर्लियर जिसमें मैंने यही समझा था कि हमारे अंदर के बैक्टीरिया मर रहे हैं और वो रीग्रो भी नहीं हो पा रहे वो सेम बैक्टीरिया. तो आई थिंक अपेंडिक्स इज द सॉल्यूशन टू दैट एज वेल.
You have to keep your appendix healthy. You have to keep your gallbladder healthy. You have to keep your pancreas healthy so you don't get diabetes. You have to keep your liver healthy. What are these organs asking for? Two things.
फाइबर.
Insoluble fiber, which you get from fruits and vegetables and even millets, whole grains,
ठीक
not
है.
your processed grains, not your packaged grains, not your genetically modified grains. Number two, they're asking for movement. Move your body. The liver is just sitting there. You're sitting there on a desk 24/7, either sleeping on a bed or sitting on a desk and working and making a lot of money. You're not helping the liver. All your digestive organs are just clumped together like this. We're not even designed to sit. As a human being, we're designed to walk, run, squat, lie down, sit on the floor in a Padmasan. We're not designed to sit like this 24/7, right? I mean, 8 hours a day. Your liver, your gallbladder, your pancreas is all just squashed like that. Small intestine, large intestine. And they're all just squashed. They're not able to digest. They're not able to function to their optimum capacity. And they're producing more undigested food, toxins that are just sitting around. And people talk about a protruding belly and gaining weight. This is a reason, lack of movement. If I don't move for a day, I would be so upset that I could actually feel it affect my mental health, my emotional health, my clarity, my focus, my coordination, my concentration. But the day I move my body for 30 to 40 minutes at least.
Do anything. Dance, exercise, walk, run,
Even
whatever.
household work, for a woman or a man who's very busy, I'm telling you, even household work is a great exercise. I love to walk around the kitchen and start cleaning things, bend and pick up things, clean the floor, water the plants, move the soil, do the laundry. I love doing the dishes at night, sometimes when the maid doesn't show up. It's a great excuse for me to clear my mind as well.
Yeah, it's therapeutic.
It's therapeutic, right? I love it. The more you do these bending and picking up and lifting jobs, the more you're exercising your organs. Okay? If you can't do that, if you are, well endowed and have a lot of stuff at home and you're not able to do household work, go to the gym. Okay, I'm not a big fan of the gym because of the air conditioner and the recycled air. I prefer working out in the open air. You can go for a walk, you can go for a run, you can do Pilates, you can do strength and conditioning, you can do weights training. There are so many forms of workout. You can dance. I love playing racket sports.
Yeah, sports is the
Badminton,
best.
squash, tennis, pickleball, paddle. There are so many varieties. When you put yourself in a platform like that, when you're competing, you're boosting your serotonin, your endorphins are rushing, your dopamine is rushing, you
Yeah.
feel happy. The childish victory that you have.
And that's natural dopamine. That's not the fake dopamine we get from social media
Or from sugar.
or from sugar, correct?
Right? You're not getting that fake dopamine rush that you'd get from packaged and processed foods either,
Yeah.
right? But you're getting that dopamine rush that I want to beat my partner, I want to beat my friend. It's a childish way to also boost your happiness, your innocence, and start your day on a winning note. You're already winning when you've played sports for an hour.
Correct.
And then you fall into that habit of winning. And you're
Throughout the day.
winning throughout the day in every activity. A client call, a marketing call, you're winning. A strategic meeting, you're winning. A team presentation, you're winning. And your schedule is done. You close your diary at 6 o'clock, go out, socialize, hang out with friends and family, have a small dinner, spend quality time, invest in your relationships, sleep early, pray hard, meditate hard. You're winning.
Yeah.
Winning happens when you move your body, when you nourish your body, when you rest your body at the right hours. That's winning. Winning begins with the physical body.
Okay, I have one question because you told about insulin resistance.
Yeah.
And we have heard a lot about it, but very simply for my audience, signs of insulin resistance जो हम अपनी body में खुद identify कर सकते हैं.
Signs of insulin resistance would be sluggish metabolism, weight gain, your skin breaking, It also starts showing in your sugar levels. There's more insulin in your blood than your body is using up. Like if you're doing your blood tests on a daily basis or on a weekly, monthly basis based on your
The sugar
condition.
test also that
Yeah,
होने
diabetes
वाला
type
है.
1, type 2 starts showing up. You start noticing signs in terms of inflammation around your body, swelling, weight gain, weak metabolism, sudden spike in your sugar levels and drop. Suddenly you're getting like energetic, suddenly there's a slump in your energy levels. That's also because of the sugar spike that's happening.
Okay.
And that's also leading to insulin resistance now.
So are all these signs of diabetes as well warning signs?
Early signs of pre-diabetes.
Pre-diabetes?
Okay. And we're becoming the diabetes capital of the world now. It begins with pre-diabetic symptoms,
Yeah.
the constant sugar spikes, the insulin resistance, the sluggish metabolism, the constant weight gain, the constant mood swings. These are all signs of pre-diabetic symptoms. And then it starts showing up frequently in your blood tests and your reports. Diabetes type 2 starts showing up. Your HbA1c is fluctuating a lot. I've had patients, by the way, whose HbA1c was 11 point something, on the first day of his test. His mother put him on a very strict diet using all the content from our social media. And she came to us for a consult after that. She brought it down to 5.3
Wow.
in just 1 month. Okay. And this boy was living in London. There was another patient who came to us for a consult. He had a very high HbA1c. And in 1 month, he lost almost like 6-7 kgs and his HbA1c became normal. And his doctor took him off medication. You don't want to be over medicated.
Yeah.
Because remember, medicine also has a side effect. Medicine is something that you do in acute conditions to save life. Medicine is not a lifestyle. When you take medicine on a daily basis, are you trying to save your life on a daily basis? Then there's something wrong.
There's something wrong.
You need to change your diet and lifestyle instead.
Correct. I want to know one thing that came to my mind right now is overeating करने से कौन सी बीमारियां हो जाती हैं हमें?
Okay, overeating karne se, first of all, your stomach will start being overworked and inflamed. Your liver is overworked and inflamed. Your small, large intestine is rotting, putrefying because of all the undigested food sitting there. The first signs will be obesity, water retention, edema, inflammation, swelling. Then it starts leading to mood swings, irritability, lack of coordination, lack of concentration. Then it can lead to cardiac health issues because your heart directly corresponds to your waistline. If your waistline is bigger than your hips, then it starts impacting the heart. This has been proven by Harvard and Stanford that your waistline indicates your heart health.
So bigger the waistline, bigger the chances of a heart attack.
Exactly. So it begins with obesity, then cardiac health issues, then your blood pressure starts fluctuating, it starts becoming very high because it's trying to support so much body mass and your liver is overworked, right? Your cholesterol level starts fluctuating. Your body produces LDL and HDL, but now it's producing more LDL and less HDL.
Okay.
Right? So your body is going through chaos.
Hmm.
And then it also starts showing us PCOS, PCOD in women because the uterus is overloaded. There's so much fat sitting everywhere that the uterus is not able to function. It's like, trying to run a race with 20 kgs of mud sack on your back. Will you be able to run?
No.
The same with your organs.
So overeating is also related to diabetes?
Oh, everything. Because when you overeat, your body's job is to produce enough insulin to break down the sugar. Your liver's job is to produce enough bile to break down the fat. Your intestine's job is to take all the insoluble fiber and create stools. But you're overeating. There's an oversupply. It's like a wash basin with a faucet open at high speed, but it's all clogged on the bottom. It's going to overflow, right? Overeating always is a first step towards diseases. It begins there. Overeating, lack of movement, lack of good sleep, wrong social habits like drinking and smoking, not having positive social connections and positive thoughts. These are all the first mental triggers of diseases.
Chronic diseases.
Lifestyle diseases and chronic.
Okay. Roti और चावल, these are the two things जो हमारे इंडियन डाइट में डेफिनेटली है.
हाँ.
Now we have heard कि रोटी या चावल is not good for us, glucose spike है, sugar and everything. But I don't think इंडियन डाइट में से रोटी और चावल निकल सकता है. I feel it's impossible.
It's not impossible. There's a way to look at it. What is roti? Does it only mean wheat roti?
Okay, you mean to bet कि बाजरा
Roti can
ये
be
सब का
jawar
mix.
roti,
Okay.
makai roti,
हाँ.
ragi roti, amaranth roti, quinoa ki roti. Right? Roti can be made from anything. Barnyard millet, foxtail millet, little millet, there are such varieties, Guinea millet. I love all of these millets. Roti किसी भी चीज का बन सकता है.
ठीक है.
Emmer wheat बोलते हैं, खपली आटा.
ठीक है.
उसका भी रोटी बन सकता है. Now, Before the colonial rule, we only ate millet rotis in our diet and culture.
Hmm.
The colonial rule came and they brought wheat into India. Wheat was never grown in India. They brought wheat into India and we got addicted to that soft roti जिसको चबाने में मेहनत नहीं लगती.
And the glucose spike.
Now, rice. We had Sona Masuri rice, we had kolam rice, we also had the parboiled Kerala rice, जिसमें B12 बहुत होता है.
Hmm.
राइट वी ऑल्सो हैव रेड राइस ब्राउन राइस ब्लैक राइस इस सब में फाइबर होता है फिर उन्होंने राइस को लेके फैक्ट्री में डाला उसका फाइबर निकाल दिया उसको व्हाइट राइस रिफाइंड व्हाइट राइस बना दिया जो टेस्टी है जो पचाने में ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं लगती चबाने में ज़्यादा मेहनत नहीं लगती वी स्टार्टेड रिड्यूसिंग द वर्कलोड फॉर आर जॉज फॉर आर टीथ हम वो चीज़ें खाने लगे जिसको चबाने में मेहनत नहीं लगती लेकिन टेस्ट जबरदस्त है फिर वो जाके गट में चिपक जाता है बिकॉज उसमें फाइबर नहीं है राइट फिर वो शुगर स्पाइक करता है because the sugar is releasing very quickly into the bloodstream. There's no fiber to stop it. Then the liver is overloaded with all that undigested food. The gallbladder is overworked. सब लोग अलग-अलग time पे काम कर रहे हैं. It's like a factory where the machines are supposed to be synchronized. एक machine खराब हुआ, सारे machines go out of sync. That's exactly what's happening. Diseases happen because your body is out of sync, out of touch with nature.
So what's the best type of roti according to you?
हर जन के लिए रोटी अलग होती है फॉर
कैसे?
एग्जाम्पल किसी को वजन कम करना है तो किसी को बोन डेंसिटी बढ़ाना है ऑस्टियोपोरोसिस आर्थराइटिस है रागी रोटी इज एक्सीलेंट फॉर देम
For both of them.
या किसी को जलन बहुत होती है एसिडिटी बहुत होती है उनके लिए ज्वार की रोटी बहुत अच्छी है
Gastritis के लिए.
यस एंड किसी को समझो डायबिटीज शुगर स्पाइक है डायबिटीज टाइप 2 या टाइप 1 या प्री डायबिटिक सिम्टम्स है उनके लिए फॉक्सटेल मिलेट इज वेरी गुड कंगनी बोलते हैं हम उसको हम कबूतरों को खिलाते हैं हैव यू सीन हाउ लाइट अ कबूतर इज इट फ्लाइज इट ईट्स कंगनी मिलेट खिलाते हैं हम कबूतर को उसी का रोटी आप बना के खाओ योर शुगर स्पाइक गोस डाउन इट्स द लोवेस्ट ऑन जीआई इंडेक्स फिर अगर आपको प्रोटीन चाहिए आप किनोवा और अमरंथ खा लो आपको आयरन भी मिल जाएगा B12 भी मिल जाएगा अमीनो एसिड्स भी मिल जाएंगे आपको किनोवा में यू गेट 9 आउट ऑफ द 12 एसेंशियल अमीनो एसिड्स आउट ऑफ किनोवा आपने उसके साथ राजमा डाल दिया छोले डाल दिया you'll get complete amino profile राजमा चावल खा लिया दाल चावल खा लिया फाइबर भी आ गया रेड राइस ब्राउन राइस ब्लैक राइस में आपको प्रोटीन भी मिल गया दिस इज अ ग्रेट कॉम्बिनेशन सो लंच में अगर आप एक बोल ऑफ सॉटेड वेजिटेबल ले लो फाइबर उसके बाद 2 रोटी ले लो रागी जवारी मक्काई अमरंथ या खपली आटा यूज इट एज अ बाइंडिंग एजेंट सब्जी ले ली दाल ले ली दिस इज योर कंप्लीट मील या तो अब रोटी लो या चावल लो दोनों साथ में मत
तो मतलब जो इंडियन डाइट है हमारी सही है बस
एकदम
हमने चेंज कर दी उसको और हम गलत वे में खा रहे हैं
फिर हम इंडियन डाइट को ब्लेम दे रहे हैं इंडिया वाज नेवर सच अ सिक नेशन until recently. India was one of the richest countries in the world. It contributed to almost like 50 to 60% of the GDP of the world at one point in time before the colonial rule. It invented zero. It invented Ayurveda. It invented yoga. It invented surgery. It invented so many different kinds of medications made from herbs, right? It invented the Gurukul system, the schooling system. It had Nalanda Library, the largest library in the world, right? India had so much to offer the world. If India didn't exist, you wouldn't have the financial markets, because zero was invented by India. India was way ahead of most countries.
Definitely.
But because of the Atiti Devo Bhava, we started inviting invaders who invaded India for spices.
Spices, that's correct.
Spices was as expensive as gold. Long, elaichi.
और हमारे घर में हर जगह होती है.
Dalchini. Why was it being raided? Because it gave longevity. In Europe, people were falling sick. They were turning white and pale. They were being diseased, infected. Industrial revolution happened. People were working in close proximity. तो एक को सर्दी हुआ तो सबको सर्दी होने लगा. People were dying in large numbers. They had the plague, they had the famine. And then they started invading India through the Silk Route, which they say is not 100% true, but they invaded India for the spices.
Oh.
Spices was as expensive as gold.
Yeah. वाओ एंड हमारे घर में एक पूरा स्पाइसेस का डब्बा है जो हम यूज करते हैं और अभी भी आज भी हमारे स्पाइसेस इन्वेड कर लिए ले गए स्टिल दे कैन नॉट यूज इट द करेक्ट वे द वे वी यूज इट
उन्होंने हल्दी लिया फिर उसका curcumin निकाला अलग से, फिर उसको टर्मरिक लाटे में डाला,
Turmeric
फिर
latte.
बोले कि ये इफेक्टिव नहीं है, चलो इसमें
Yeah.
काली मिरी डालते तो इफेक्टिव
Yeah.
होगा. Okay, turmeric as a whole, the plant is perfect as a whole. अगर आप turmeric root पूरा ले रहे हो, उसका powder बना रहे हो, it's perfectly enabled. But now what has happened? Over commercialization of spices has happened. There's a lot of heavy metal contamination that's happening, and hence spices have also got a bad name, right? हमारे ancestors जो है, like especially in my family also, my aunts, my mums would buy mirchi, the red chili, dehydrated, and make mirchi powder at home.
Okay.
They would get dhania and they would make dhania powder at home.
पहले होता था. I don't think anybody has time to do all this now.
Unfortunately not,
Yeah.
but you still can get a spice blender. You get these
Okay,
small spice
okay,
mixer, you get the
okay.
nut milk maker.
Okay.
You can still make some spices in small batches at home.
We can start trying.
Yeah, because I don't have the time to make spices at home. I get everything sourced from Chennai from my mom's supplier who makes it at home.
Okay.
There are a lot of women, cottage industries that are willing to make spices at
Yeah.
home and sell it to you in small quantities.
Yeah, that's happening.
Let's support them
That's
and
true.
support our health.
That's true. I have one question because you talk about Ayurveda and vegetarian diet a lot. So there's a debate कि non-vegetarian diet is required for the protein intake.
Yeah.
Vegetarian diet में protein नहीं है. What's your take on that?
It's a misconception. Who sold that misconception? The protein industry that makes profit by selling that misconception. The chicken industry, the egg industry. Now, the egg industry forces you to have eggs, but they will not tell you that one egg contains 240 milligrams of cholesterol in it. You have 10 eggs, 2,400 milligrams of cholesterol in your body in one day. You watch all the bodybuilders, okay? The symptoms that we've noticed when they come to us to our clinic for consultation: chronic constipation, toxic liver, and high cholesterol.
Oh, it's because of the protein they take.
Excess protein from the eggs. Number 2, do you know when they give you the eggs, where the male chicks go? The male chicks that hatch are sent straight into the grinder where they're crushed to death alive, and they're used as a fertilizer for the soil and used as a fodder for the other chickens.
What?
Cannibalism. So do
We're
I want to
eating
eat
that?
one egg where the male chicks have been crushed to death?
And even the egg that is being hatched, जो बाद में निकल रहा है, वो उसी निकल रहा है जिसने वो चिकन खाया भी है, अगर वो फॉडर बना है.
Exactly.
I mean,
And the second is the whey protein industry. The whey industry, it's basically whey that you can make at home. आपने पनीर बनाया, उसका दूध जो निकला है, पानी जो निकला है, उसको whey बोलते हैं, right? आप घर पे भी बना सकते हो. They made a huge industry out of it, and it has been proven that 7 to 9 out of the 10 products that's available in the market is heavily contaminated with heavy metals, preservatives that are not fit for human consumption.
protein powder is not safe.
आपका जो घर पे बनता था प्रोटीन, what did the पहलवान्स have?
वो लड्डू और
सत्तू.
हाँ, सत्तू.
सत्तू मिल्क शेक पीते थे वो.
Even पंजीरीज, पंजाबी थिंग जो हमारे यहाँ पे होता है कि पंजीरीज और लॉट ऑफ हैज अ लॉट ऑफ प्रोटीन, क्योंकि उसमें ऐसी चीजें डलती है. मम्मा
And they used to do
बताती थी.
wrestling, and they were much bigger than your WWF
Yeah.
wrestlers, right? WWE wrestlers. Look at them, they were massive pehlwans. Gada leke, vegans, they used to have a lot of desi doodh and, dahi and ghee from the cows that were taken care of in their farms. Feed it, they feeding the cows with kindness.
The good food.
Right? And they're also letting the calf drink enough milk before taking the milk from the cow. They're not artificially inseminating the cow. They're not injecting it with growth bovine hormones and antibiotics. That cow is separated from the calf, kept in a factory with machines attached to the udders. The breast of the cow has become swollen. The udder has become swollen. And now that cow, which is distressed and confined and tortured, is releasing pus, inflammation, blood, growth bovine hormones, antibiotics into the milk. And we have become antibiotic resistant.
Lactose
intolerant, PCOS, PCOD, infertility, gynecological disorders.
Because I was going to come to that point that everybody is becoming lactose intolerant now. Even I feel that I'm lactose intolerant. Milk doesn't suit me anymore. So it's because of the food that the cows are eating and the milk that they are producing
out of confinement and torture, and the hormones that they've been injected with and antibiotics. And 2,
it's making us lactose intolerant.
When was the last time you touched a cow?
I did not. For a long time.
Back in the day, most families had their own cows. They would feed in the morning as a religious ritual practice.
Yeah.
Subah गाय को रोटी, गाय को घास वो खुद देते थे. The cow used to lick the palm. You were exchanging bacteria, lactobacillus bacteria, right? You were exchanging bacteria. We're lactose intolerant because we're lacking the lactobacillus bacteria that helps us in digesting lactose.
And that comes from the
Cattle.
touch with the cow. Oh, wow. Now, before I end this episode, I have one last question for you because it's going to be a rapid fire kind of thing.
Yeah.
For quick answers for my audience, you can go see the answer समझ आ जाए. That's very important.
Let's do.
So this is the rapid fire round जिसमें हम बात करेंगे कि best and worst food options for each of these organs.
Okay.
We'll start with brain.
Walnut.
Best.
Excellent anti-inflammatory, and it boosts your brain. It's great for your pituitary and pineal gland. Very good for memory power.
And worst?
Sugar.
Sugar. Okay. What's for eyes then?
Carrots and almonds. If you look at an almond, it's the shape of an eye.
Correct.
If you slice a carrot, if you see it on the inside, it's the shape of an eye. It has vitamin A. Almonds also has vitamin E. It's great for eye health, night blindness. It improves your eyesight, and it's also great for your gut and digestion.
Worst for eyes?
Again, sugar. Sugar for sure.
Oh, wow. I did not know that sugar is also linked to eyes as well.
Sugar damages and corrupts every organ in your body.
Okay. Let's come to lungs.
Grapes. Have you seen a bunch of grapes?
Yeah.
It looks like the lungs. Grapes is excellent for bronchial health. Lung cancer, give them a glass of dark grape juice. You know, dark grapes, the maroon one, the reddish maroon one. Excellent for generating new RBC in your body, new blood cells. It's also great for women's health, PCOS and PCOD, infertility, excessive bleeding, irregular period cycle. Grapes are excellent. The green and the...
For asthma as well?
Yeah, grapes is good. Just soak it in hot water.
Oh, okay. And what's the worst for lungs?
Smoking, pollution.
Anything that we're eating that's very bad for our lungs.
Excessive cold foods, ice cream, sodas,
Oh.
carbonated drinks, straight from the fridge, cold water. Every time you take cold water, you're freezing or dropping the temperature of your lungs.
Mm.
Your lungs need to stay warm to push the toxins out, to push the carbon dioxide out,
Okay.
right? But when the lungs start becoming cold, they start dropping in size. When you're in a winter country, like in a country with a harsh winter, what does the body do? The body increases body temperature
Yeah.
to keep the organs warm,
Warm.
well functioning. But you're doing the exact opposite. You're putting cold water down your esophagus, which is
We
dropping the
need to
body
be
temperature.
warm inside. Yeah.
Sip warm water throughout the day. That's the
Okay.
best for your lung health.
Okay. And best and worst food for liver.
Best food I would say, dandelion root. You can make a tea out of it. Carrot beetroot soup is excellent for the liver. Spinach soup is great. Celery juice is great for the liver and for the kidneys. It reduces inflammation. The worst food would be the ultra processed foods and the saturated fats in your packaged foods.
Okay. And best and worst foods for stomach.
Your stomach loves well cooked foods, okay, that are warm, that have a lot of moisture, that are mildly salty, mildly spicy, that have carbonated spices and herbs in it. It does not like cold foods like smoothies, smoothie bowls. It just goes
Oh.
and drops in your stomach, drops your Agni, which is your Jatar Agni, your digestive fire. Everything becomes sluggish, wet, and sticky, and the body has to work harder to digest it. The body
That's new.
stomach likes warm foods. The stomach does not like cold, dead foods that just sit like the slurpy little thing.
Okay. And best and worst food for pancreas.
Okay, so the pancreas is great for your diabetic health, right? It's the organ that controls your insulin. I would say string bean tea or French beans or double beans, bapli, cluster beans. Anything from the bean family is
Okay.
great for your pancreas, because if you take string beans, okay, the patla wala, or you take French beans, you take 5, slice it into 10 vertically,
ठीक है.
boil it in water, 1.5 cups for about like say 3 to 5 minutes till it becomes 1 cup. Strain it and drink. It's equal to 1 insulin shot. Your pancreas loves juicy greens, French beans, string beans, double beans, cluster beans,
ठीक है.
green gourd, rich gourd, bitter gourd. It loves bitter gourd.
Bitter.
Any bitter food is great for the pancreas.
So Karela kind of things.
Fenugreek seeds,
Yeah,
methi ke
fenugreek.
leaves, great for the pancreas.
And worst for pancreas.
Again, sugar.
Sugar, of
Yeah.
course. Okay, let's come to what's the best and worst for our reproductive health, both men and women.
See, for women, to begin with, any hormonal food, I would say no. Even for men, I am a huge advocate of whole food plant-based diet, farm to table, plant to you, not animal to you. So any hormonal food like meat,
So vegetarian
seafood,
only.
Yeah. If you can cut out meat, seafood, eggs, and dairy for some time, you'll notice that men and women's fertility level goes up and the ability to conceive immediately doubles and triples. And I've had couples who had multiple miscarriages in their life, came to us for treatments from other countries. We put them on a whole food plant-based diet, panchakarma treatment, pull the toxins and poisons out. For 1 year, they stayed on a whole food plant-based diet. They conceived naturally and they're about to have a baby now.
So if somebody is facing issues with conceiving a child or infertility, they should stop eating non-vegetarian foods.
Absolutely. Tell me, when you put the food or the child of another animal on your plate, are you going to get good karma or negative karma?
Negative.
And also the curses from that animal? You know, in Switzerland, they say the stomach is always sick because all the dead souls are hanging around here, right?
That's sad to
So
hear.
don't make your stomach a graveyard for the dead. You know,
Mm.
may it be the garden that nourishes your body, your
Blooms.
soul, your mind, your heart. It should bloom.
Yeah.
So give it good seeds, water, nourishment, खाद दो आप उसको, fruits,
Natural foods.
vegetables, millets, grains. They're better
And worst
sources.
for the reproductive health would be
Hormonal
non-veg.
foods, number one. And number two is all your ultra processed, packaged, processed foods that damages your reproductive system. Plastic, which comes from plastic bottles, the teacups, the water cups, they all have
Yeah, they
plastic
have all
coated on
have
it.
plastics.
It's extremely damaging for the reproductive system. They found plastic in the umbilical cord of newborn children. They found
What?
plastic in sperms. They found plastic in the fetus, unborn fetus. They found plastic everywhere. You don't want to give your child such a cruel start.
That's bad. Okay. Best and worst food for kidney now.
Okay, the kidney loves coriander seed water. If you
Okay.
can boil coriander seeds in water, it
ठीक है.
helps in flushing out the toxins from the kidney. It also loves kidney beans. Uska
Hmm.
agar aap pani pee lo, it's very good for kidney health.
Okay.
Celery juice is very good for reducing inflammation in the kidney. It
ठीक है.
also helps in flushing out the excess water. What is the worst food would be red meat, processed meat,
Because it's difficult to digest.
drinking too much water at night, carbonated drinks, alcohol.
Okay.
Alcohol is probably the worst.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, last one. Best and worst foods for your skin.
Okay, your skin loves astringent foods. Astringent foods, yani
Hmm.
berries, cherries, strawberries, hummus, chole.
Hmm.
These are foods that dry up the excess moisture and give you nice, tight skin and collagen. It loves vitamin C rich fruits like lime, lemon, oranges, tangerines, amla, Indian
Okay.
gooseberry. Excellent for the skin. Skin doesn't like sugar.
Hmm.
It breaks your skin. It also doesn't like oxalates, which comes from uncooked spinach and kale.
Wow, I think that's perfectly explained and very helpful. Now that I end this episode, this is something that is different from your expertise, but I would like to know what's that one advice that you can never ever forget in your life?
Okay. If you're looking for God, you don't have to visit temples. The God is within you. आपकी आत्मा ही परमात्मा है. And the best journey is inwards. Sit down, meditate. You don't have to go mandir to masjid to mosque. I have done it. I've done it all. Okay. You don't have to do that. आपकी जो परमात्मा है आपके अंदर ही है. Okay. That's
That's
number
true.
one. Number two, be your own person. Okay. For women, especially who are waiting to be loved or, waiting to find the perfect man, the perfect boyfriend, perfect husband, perfect partner. Why are you looking for those things outside of you? The best love is self-love
Self-love.
because it's unconditional, it's unlimited, and you can produce any amount of it independently without having to depend on others. If you're not complete as a person, the other person has no reason to love you. Okay. So
That's very true.
be independent, financially, mentally, emotionally, socially. Be so independent and strong that you function as yourself, and your best partner to fall back on is you yourself. First, you need to become strong. When you become weak,
Yeah.
you're inviting abuse. Okay. It's not just the other assaulter's fault for abusing us physically, mentally, emotionally, sexually, socially. We allow them to abuse us. So first thing is to become so strong and independent that you do not give anyone the permission to abuse or disrespect you. You need to become your own warrior princess. Don't wait for Prince Charming to come rescue you. When you've become perfect, love will find its way. right? But self-love.
That's beautiful. Wow, the perfect end to our episode. It was all about information, all about changing your life, and ending it on a perfect note. Thank you so much, Dimple ma'am, for coming on Nama Talks. It was lovely to have you here. अगर ऑडियंस को ये एपिसोड पसंद आया है तो पार्ट 2 कमेंट करके कमेंट सेक्शन भर दीजिए, बिकॉज हम मैम को दोबारा लाएंगे और बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछेंगे जो आपके मन में भी होंगे. तो कमेंट करिए, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलिएगा, वीडियो जरूर शेयर कीजिएगा फ्रेंड्स फैमिली तक, ये नॉलेज अपने तक मत रखिएगा. डोंट फॉरगेट टू लाइक एंड शेयर दिस एपिसोड. दिस इज योर होस्ट खुशी के गुन. थैंक यू.
रख दे तो कोई दिल विच गल्लां रब दिया बंदिया तू सब जाने अपने अंदर लेके तुरदा क्यों फिकरां विच पल तू गवावें कुछ राज तेरे कट